Japan maintains one of the world's lowest crime rates with a homicide rate of just 0.25 per 100,000 people. Macro trends 30 times lower than the United States. This remarkable safety record stems from a unique blend of historical policies, cultural mechanisms, advanced technology, and community-based approaches that have evolved over centuries. R Street Institute, however, after 20 consecutive years of declining crime, Japan faces new challenges as crime rates begin rising again, Statista 4. Revealing both the strengths and limitations of this globally admired safety model. Japan's crime statistics paint a picture of a society fundamentally different from other developed nations, with only 912 homicides nationwide in 2023 compared to over 26,000 in the United States. Japan achieves safety levels that seem almost impossible to international observers. Tokyo, with 14 million residents, experiences fewer murders annually than most major American cities. With populations under 1 million, the numbers become even more striking when examining specific crime types. Japan's robbery rate of 1.8 per 100,000 people contrasts dramatically with France's 154.3, the UK's 118.7, and America's 98.6. Japanese police maintain a 95.9% homicide clearance rate, Wikipedia solving nearly every murder case. While gun deaths average just 2 per year nationwide, Wikipedia fewer than occur in a typical weekend in Chicago. Wikipedia. Perhaps most remarkably, Japan's total crime peaked at 2.85 million cases in 2002, before plummeting to 915,042 by 2017. Wikipedia 70% reduction that represents one of modern history's most successful crime prevention achievements. However, this two-decade trend reversed in 2022, with crime rising 17% in 2023 to 703,351 cases, marking the first significant increase in over 20 years. Japan's safety culture didn't emerge overnight, but developed through centuries of deliberate policy choices that created unique approaches to social order. In 1588, Toyotomi Hideyoshi issued the world's first comprehensive gun control decree over 400 years before modern gun control debates. NP reestablishing the principle that weapons were the mark of rulers, not the ruled. This historical precedent created a cultural foundation where civilian gun ownership became virtually non-existent. The modern police system emerged during the 1874 Meiji Restoration, with the creation of koban, small police boxes that began as simple wooden structures, where officers took rotating watches. Japan experienced the term literally means rotation watch, reflecting the community-centered approach from the very beginning. By 1881, these had evolved into comprehensive local police stations, with up to 6 officers each. Japan experienced creating the dense network of community policing that characterizes Japan today. The most transformative period came during Allied occupation, 1945 to 1952, when General MacArthur's administration completely restructured Japanese law enforcement. The 1947 police law broke up the authoritarian system into 1,600 independent municipal forces under civilian control. Wikipedia, fundamentally shifting police duties from enforcing dominant cultural values and obedience to the sovereign to protecting life and property. This democratic revolution created the legal framework that allows Japanese police to serve communities rather than control them. The 1958 Firearm and Sword Possession Control Law perfected this foundation with revolutionary language. No one shall possess a firearm or firearms or a sword or swords. Wikipedia. The results speak for themselves. Japan now has a gun ownership rate of just 0.16 per 100 people time, compared to over 100 per 100 people in America, contributing to only 9 firearm deaths annually versus America's 39,740. Time. The koban system creates police who serve rather than enforce. Japan's 6,000 koban represent perhaps the world's most successful community policing model. Wikipedia. These neighborhood police boxes, staffed by 3 to 10 rotating officers each, serve as local service centers. where residents receive directions, report lost property, and seek help with disputes. Officers conduct routine home visits called Junkai Renraku, building relationships with residents and identifying potential problems before they escalate. Children greet Koban officers with Omawari-san, Ohayou gozaimasu. Good morning, Mr. Policeman. Japan Gov, reflecting the trust-based relationship between police and communities. This approach has proven so effective that Brazil saw a 20% reduction in murders over 10 years. After implementing Koban systems in São Paulo, Singapore, Honduras, alongside only 1,000 professionals, creating unprecedented community involvement in offender reintegration. The system's famous 99.9% conviction rate reflects prosecutorial discretion rather than bias. 60% of cases never reach court, with prosecutors only pursuing airtight cases while emphasizing confession, repentance, and forgiveness. Japan's safety culture operates through deeply embedded social mechanisms that make crime socially devastating beyond legal consequences. The concept of harmony prioritizes community needs over individual desires, creating powerful peer pressure to conform to social norms. When individuals break this harmony, they face collective social pressure that extends far beyond the offender to their entire family network. The educational system builds crime prevention directly into daily life, through mandatory moral education classes and daily 20-minute cleaning duties. Students from elementary through secondary school receive dedicated moral instruction using Kokora no note, art notebooks for reflection, while daily cleaning responsibilities teach care for shared spaces and collective responsibility. This practice has spread internationally, with Singapore, English schools, and American institutions like Brentwood Academy implementing similar programs. Social shame concepts like second nomi, eyes of society, create constant awareness of being watched and judged by the community. This extends to family responsibility, where relatives publicly apologize when members commit crimes, creating powerful incentives for law-abiding behavior that operate independently of formal law enforcement. The results appear in daily life through phenomena that amaze international visitors. Wallets are returned 99.99% of the time. With all money intact, Japanese sports fans voluntarily clean stadiums after events, and train cleaning crews bow to departing passengers. 3 million Japanese citizens actively participate in crime prevention, volunteering, with neighborhood watch groups. That increased 2.6 times in a single year during the mid-2000s. Japan's low crime rates correlate strongly with economic and educational factors that distinguish it from other developed nations. Japan maintains lower income inequality than most developed countries, with the top 1% earning approximately $240,000 annually, versus $1.26 million in America. High inheritance tax rates of 55% prevent multi-generational wealth accumulation, while Japan's Gini coefficient of 0.329 compares favorably to America's 0.453. Universal 99% literacy rates and 65.5% tertiary education attainment for 25 to 34-year-olds ranking third globally create a highly educated population with strong employment prospects. Graduate unemployment remains at just 2.7%, while economic research using prefecture-level data confirms that unemployment and income inequality directly correlate with robbery rates both short-term and long-term. Despite Japan's impressive safety record, recent developments expose significant vulnerabilities that challenge the traditional narrative. Crime rose for the first time in 20 years during 2022-2023, with increases of 17% in total crimes, 386.6% in internet banking, fraud, and record highs in cybercrime arrests. This trend reversal coincides with post-COVID social changes and increased international engagement. Japan's super-aging society creates new crime patterns, with elderly offenders now exceeding juvenile offenders for the first time since 1989. 23,656 elderly vs 19,670 juvenile offenders in recent reporting periods. Elderly prisoners comprise 18.3% of the prison population, compared to 2.5% in 1976, with 70% of elderly crimes involving shoplifting due to poverty and isolation. More concerning are systematic, underreporting issues that inflate Japan's safety reputation. Osaka police admitted hiding 81,000 crimes between 2008 to 2012 to improve their image. While research reveals 1 in 3 women experience spousal violence during marriage. Despite low official domestic violence statistics, sexual assault cases increased dramatically to 2,711 in 2023. 1,000 from previous year after legal definitions expanded, suggesting historical underreporting of serious crimes. Recent teenage knife attacks in 2025 by perpetrators ages 15 to 17 causing 3 deaths highlight emerging mental health challenges among youth. While cyber attacks increased Japan's ranking to 16th globally for ransomware incidents. The country faces 21,000 personal data breaches in fiscal 2024. 58% increase as digital threats grow beyond traditional crime prevention capabilities. For international YouTube audiences, Japan offers both inspiration and caution, demonstrating how societies can achieve remarkable safety through comprehensive, culturally integrated approaches while illustrating that even the world's safest countries must continuously adapt to emerging threats and confront uncomfortable truths about hidden vulnerabilities in their systems.